Picture a shoebox. It's a little over a foot long, about 8 inches wide and 5 inches tall. It's not that big, but a lot of material things can fit into it. Now, imagine someone has told you that you need to put your entire life into one shoebox. It'd be pretty impossible, right? But what if I said that everyone actually does this on a daily basis? That's right. Old, young, black, white, male, female, rich or poor. In today's world, we all try to fit people into one nice and neat little shoebox so our relationship with them is as efficient as possible. No one wants to disengage with the technological world and truly connect with one another on a deeper, more personal level. So we stuff our relationships down into little shoeboxes that can be put into a small portion of our mental closets. Especially with the emergence of technology in our lives, we have become more and more disconnected from the physical world, leading to more shoeboxing. This shoeboxing creates a devastating ripple effect on our society, causing many issues that are present today, and stopping it needs to be a top priority. First, we need to understand how shoeboxing works, so let's start with me. Throughout my entire life, people have tried to fit me into one shoebox. In elementary and middle school, I was considered to be a nerd since I was a grade ahead in math, but when I got to high school, my shoebox changed and I am now more known for running. But there's so much more to me than that. I'm a lifeguard, I've sold Girl Scout cookies since I was in first grade, I love to commentate family games in a deep voice and can be really silly sometimes, and I secretly don't like the frosting on cupcakes and much prefer the cake part. There's a ton of little details that make me who I am today. If you try to put my life into one shoebox, you miss so many other aspects of who I am. But everyone experiences this in their own way, whether it's the basketball guy who also wants to sing, or a bully who secretly loves history class. We do this to people all the time, and a lot of it is unconscious. This unconscious shoeboxing creates a ripple effect on our society. When shoeboxing occurs, this leads to ignorance with the people in relationships with. If we compartmentalize them, we don't know a lot of vital information about them. This leads to stereotyping, since a lot of knowledge has been lost. This stereotyping leads to bias, unconsciously or not. When stereotyping occurs, we automatically think of the other people in the same way, which means that decisions involving those people are biased. This bias could be on the grounds of race, as shown in today's world. In extreme circumstances, this bias leads to violence and the deeper societal issues that are present today. The suppression of women, the hatred of black people, mass shootings, all of these are a result of only seeing a certain aspect of a person, not who they are as a whole. Shoeboxing leads to ignorance, ignorance to stereotyping, stereotyping to bias, bias to violence and societal issues. This devastating ripple effect keeps humankind trapped in this vicious cycle. Even though you may think that the first step isn't that harmful, it just keeps on traveling down the line. This is real, and it needs to stop. So how in the world are we supposed to stop labeling people into shoeboxes? Well, first of all, people need to get off their phones when they're with someone else. How are you going to connect with someone and learn more about them if you never pay any attention to them? A lot of the shoeboxing today comes from the unwillingness to talk to people face to face, so relationships suffer. Also, before we judge people based on appearance alone, we need to get to know them first. Even though everyone does it, you can consciously stop yourself from thinking those harmful thoughts. When you see someone who has a different skin color than you do, you can stop yourself from crossing to the other side of the street. See people not as a specific category, but as individuals. It's hard, but it's certainly possible. Another way to combat the system of shoeboxing is by surrounding ourselves with people who are diverse. Ultimately, no matter how different people are from us, they will always share at least a few common things, so we will be less likely to fit them into one category. It is very possible to stop shoeboxing, and it needs to be a top priority. Shoeboxing is harmful and detrimental to society, so stopping it should be a major focus. Just like me, everyone experiences the awful shoeboxing conundrum, where people only see one or two aspects of our lives, as opposed to the many facets that make us, us. This shoeboxing leads to ignorance about others, which continues to ripple on down the line and eventually turns into the societal issues that we see today. We can and should stop this. We just have to be willing to try. So please, put down your phones, actually get to know the people you have relationships with, and look at people who for they actually are, not just what they appear to be on the outside. Thank you.